Hello everybody. Today's episode is particular one, unusual among other videos on my channel. Uh, I want to talk about Japanese literature or Japanese culture, and I often refer to Japanese literature authors as a part of materials of business or mindfulness. And I now monetize this channel, and I do something business on this channel, but my income is so low, and so anyway, but I am also an artist. I assume myself an artist, and so as an artist, using Japanese literature or other spirits as a part of business is not so healthy, but so bad, and so today, um, I want to craft some ideas as an artist or a writer, and of course, my idea is regarding Japanese literature or culture, and so today I will introduce three figures who are influential among Japanese literature, and but all of them are Western authors, and but before that, I wanna describe some experiences in Japanese literature. So, Japanese people experienced revolutionary change in Meiji period. Meiji period is before Showa period, and Meiji period began late 19th century, and so Japan, the country, opened uh, opened its culture and trade to other countries, and so uh, Japan began to trade with Western countries, and Japanese people had to learn a lot from Western countries, and so they absorbed a lot of concept and language and history, culture, and religious ideas, and uh, so Japanese people experience revolutionary change even in literature. So if you are familiar with Japanese books or Japanese culture, you may understand the differences between um, Edo period and Meiji period. So in Edo periods, Japanese people are so primitive, and but their mind is already modernism. Yeah, I don't know, but late Edo period, in late Edo period, Japanese people made a particular lifestyle which is close to modern era, and so and the literature in Edo period is so unique and so diverse, and but the writing style is so classic, and we cannot easily read their literature because of their writing style. So Edo periods, people are so diverse, and literature also so diverse, and some authors criticize authority, and some authors develop um, kind of an individualistic philosophy. And some authors just enjoy impermanence or Eastern philosophy. And in late Edo period, the society is so complex and like a modern era. And but as I say, the writing style is so primitive and classic. And but once Japan opened their trade in Meiji era, and people had to change their writing style because with those classic writing style, primitive writing style, they cannot craft proper idea in political issues or other economic issues or cultural issues. And so Japanese people had to discuss high conceptual idea with Westerners. But so at that time, Edo period, samurais have high quality of philosophical ideas. Samurai absorbed Chinese philosophy or Japanese Shintoism or Buddhism. And so samurai developed particular philosophical thoughts. But samurai cannot discuss high conceptual political issue with Westerners. So after Japan opened their country, samurai had to change their lifestyle, their writing style dynamically. And many citizens in Meiji era had to absorb with some conceptual ideas, politics, economics, culture issues, and religion. And Japanese writing styles had been changed dynamically. And so thanks to people in Meiji era, we can discuss politics, economics, religion, or any language. We can discuss everything in Japanese because Japanese people experience dynamical change in Meiji era, and without Meiji era, we cannot discuss everything. We cannot discuss anything in Japanese language. And many Western authors contribute to cultivate Japanese conceptual knowledge. But today's episode is regarding to modern Japanese literature. So if you are familiar with Japanese authors, and you may hear Yukio Mishima or Kenzaburo Oe, Yasunari Kawabata, or Masude Ibushi is not so famous. Masude Ibushi, or Shusaku Endo, and there are a lot of famous authors internationally in Japan. And so today's topic is regarding Japanese modern literature around the post-war era and after World War II. And I want to introduce three figures who are so influential among Japanese literature. All three figures are Westerners, and so best of three, and so the first one is uh, Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka is so influential figure in Japanese literature. And so of course, Franz Kafka is not Japanese, and Franz Kafka is born in Czech. I don't know. I forget the name of country in English, and Czech. Yeah, probably Czech. And Czechis. Yeah, I don't know. Franz Kafka. So probably you know Franz Kafka is very famous figure in world literature. The Franz Kafka uh, left us very classic and great works, and so for example the castle in the castle, the protagonist K just wander on a village and encounter various strange people and suddenly finish. There's no dramatical events, just that Franz Kafka describe particular strange landscape and people. And of course, people are so exclusive, and in a small village, like a Japanese small village, and so very strange novel, because there is no kind of a dramatical structure, but just a phenomenon. So the castle consists of strange phenomena, and but Kafka's sense is so good for Japanese people, Japanese authors, and Japanese authors prefer to craft an idea in natural way, not constructive. They just jump in writing things and suddenly finished. So for example, Yasunari Kawabata, do you know Yasunari Kawabata? Yasunari Kawabata is a winner of Nobel Prize, and Yasunari Kawabata described Japanese countryside or traditional Japanese aesthetic scene in his novel. And Yasunari Kawabata's Snow Country. Snow Country is his representative work in his early career, and the Snow Country finish its history suddenly, and the story end finish suddenly, and it is very strange. But Yasunari Kawabata just finished his story suddenly, very strange. But the landscape and the communication are so beautiful and unique, and of course those landscape aspect are reflection of Japanese traditional beauty, and of course for Yasunari Kawabata, Kafka's influence is just a partial, and so now there are many authors in Japan. So now modern Japanese authors who are now alive so passionately imitate Kafka's way. So many authors imitate Kafka's way, such as Kazushi Hosaka or I forget the name. Yusho Takiguchi, or there are many authors, young authors in Japan, and they all imitate Kafka's way. The Kafka is a great figure even now in Japanese literature, and so Kafka is great now in Japan. So if you are a student in Japanese literature, please research Kafka's way, and so probably you may get accustomed in Japanese modern method, and so Kobo Abe is a little bit old author, but Kobo Abe is very famous because he was a candidate of Nobel Prize, and Kobo Abe is influenced by the way of Kafka, and it is very interesting. And so Kafka, the first one is Kafka. The second one is Rainer Maria Rilke. Rainer Maria Rilke. He is a poet, and of course he is so great author, and I forget the title of English. So sorry. I researched the title of the novels, but I forget everything. So anyway, Rainer Maria Rilke, Malte's note. Well, but were under the Song of Duino. The Song of Duino. In Japanese, Duino no Hika. Duino no Hika is just a poetry. He is a great poet, and Rainer Maria Rilke so strong influential figure among Japanese literature. So I said I refer to Yukio Mishima in this video, and Yukio Mishima profoundly read Rilke's poem and his thoughts, and Rilke craft spiritual and abstract beauty in nature and human meditation. Rilke is a great meditator. Of course, Rilke is not a religious person, but Rilke is his poem is like a Catholic mysticism or Zen enlightenment, and many critics who are familiar with Zen Buddhism often refer to Rilke's poem. And Rilke describes particular spiritual meditative realm, and Rilke directly experiences the beauty of nature. And Yukio Mishima did Rilke's poem or other materials as a part of ascetic meditation or ascetic thoughts and beauty. And so Yukio Mishima cultivate his thought by Western literature, such as Thomas Mann. Thomas Mann was Francois Mauriac. Francois Mauriac is a French author, and Francois Mauriac was a French Balzac, or yeah, and although the author prioritize aesthetic writing, and all those authors have unique beauty in their writings. They compose writings with their particular sense, in which author can observe beautiful things. Writing things is not just a obligation, is not just a laborious work, and writing things is a kind of a meditation to capture the essence of beauty. And the writing style itself is aesthetic training. And the writing style, their writing style themselves are beauty. Writing itself is beauty. And Yukio Mishima developed his dramatical world from absorbing Western literature. Thomas Mann, Balzac, Francois Mauriac was a great figure in Western culture. And of course, Yukio Mishima is a genius, and he could understand Rilke's essence, Rilke's solitude, and Yukio Mishima is so isolated from Japanese literary industry because he is genius. And so Rilke's solitude influenced Yukio Mishima's loneliness. And for Yukio Mishima, Rilke's influence is just a partial. So, but many authors refer to Rilke, and so Tatsuo Hori is also a very big figure in Japanese history, Japanese literary history, and Tatsuo Mori developed his prose. So developed his prose with Rilke's poem. So of course, probably you may understand, crafting a prose and a poem are so different. Prose and the poem are so different, and you cannot be a poem and author in the same time. So the two aspects are so different, and but Tatsuo Hori is so unique. He developed his prose as a part of poem, and his poetic mind was developed by reading Rilke. And so it is very unique. And so now, I have to refer to great author in modern era, and she is now arrived, and so I forget the name, and Mieko Kawakami. Mieko Kawakami is a poet and is famous internationally, and Mieko Kawakami's works are available in English on Amazon, and you can taste it. And so Mieko Kawakami often referred to Rilke's poem, and she is also poet, and she wrote a lot of poems, and mainly, but her poems are not available in English, and but her novels are available on Amazon. So please check it. And so even now, Rilke's influence is so strong for especially a poetic person, poetic artist. And but yeah, I rarely encounter authors who are keenly interested in Rilke's poem. Rilke's influence are now weak, but yeah, I feel a little bit lonely, loneliness in this phenomenon. So, but yeah, I have to pick up the last one, the the third one. The third one is Faulkner, William Faulkner. William Faulkner was a strong, influential person in Japanese literature. Of course, Faulkner is not Japanese. Faulkner is American, and so probably you may know William Faulkner. William Faulkner described kind of particular exclusive culture in American South, and so Faulkner developed particular method, and Faulkner's words are so Faulkner's words are confined in a particular area called Yokuna Patoba. Yokuna Patoba. So in Japanese we say Patoba, but I forget the English pronunciation. But Faulkner's words are confined in particular area called Yokuna Patoba, and Faulkner directly described racial discrimination or conflict or various mystics in American South. And the people are so dangerous and violent. And Faulkner tried to elevate those dangerous, violent phenomena into classic European literature. Of course, Faulkner is American, but the atmosphere of Faulkner's work are like a European. And Kenji Nakagami is a Japanese great author, and he described Faulkner as Faulkner is a kind of a European, and the atmosphere of Faulkner's novel is like a so exclusive, mystic, and world, and which is rooted in French literature, such as Franz Kafka was a great modern artist, and so Francois Mauriac developed kind of an exclusive modernistic village, but which is so exclusive, and the people are confined into a small village, and so exclusive. And Faulkner imitated his way, but Faulkner is so unique and not kind of a like a Hemingway. Hemingway is so entertainment-like author, and Faulkner is also Hemingway. Hemingway is like a entertainment-like author, and Hemingway is a great author, and yeah, Hemingway keenly focus on modern method in James Joyce was a great artist in 20th century, and but Faulkner is not so keen leader of modern art. Of course, his method is a part of modern art, but his atmosphere are rooted in deep human agony. And many Japanese authors are influenced by William Faulkner. And so Kenzaburo Oe, the Kenji Nakagami was and of course Yukio Mishima read his novels. And Yukio Mishima said Faulkner is difficult. Faulkner is difficult and to understand. And so we can easily define what America is or what Europe is. We can easily define things. But from reading Faulkner, we can learn how diverse America is. Faulkner is not like American. Faulkner is not stereotype of American culture. And we can learn the diversity in American culture, in literature, and of course, Japanese people are diverse, and the Japanese culture are diverse, and so on the other hand, we can easily define what Japan is, what Japan culture is, but many authors such as Kenji Nakagami hate quick judgment in culture. And Kenji Nakagami developed his unique mystic in Japanese literature. And Kenji Nakagami is often seen Japanese Faulkner. But so Kenji Nakagami understood his way, his essence is rooted in Japanese history, Japanese discriminatory history. There are numerous discriminatory phenomena in Japan, in Japanese small village, and so Kenji Nakagami directly connect to discriminatory history and phenomena. And Kenji Nakagami developed his own mystic using Japanese classic literature or mysticism, and Kenji Nakagami used Faulkner's method, Faulkner's atmosphere, like a European novels. So Faulkner is great, but Faulkner's influence is so weak in Japanese literature, and only a handful of people read his novels. So Japanese literature are very diverse, but Japanese literature, Japanese literary books are not so translated in other languages. Only a handful of works can be available on Amazon. So if you want to understand Japanese culture, you have to learn Japanese language. It is so hard, but so materials, which is translated in American language, are just a partial. So you can get only a handful works in English. And so today I introduce Japanese culture, Japanese literature, and this is my work as an artist. So today's video is a little bit long, and so this is but I hope you enjoyed this video like Asmar. This is just a podcast, but anyway, yeah, I have to finish this talking. Thank you for watching.